We back. Third song on the album, No Love. Jim Jones. Only 18,000 views. What the fuck y'all doing, man? Go show this album some love, man. Jim Jones is murdering this shit for y'all not to be showing him any love. There will not be any intros for the rest of this album. I promise you. We're just gonna get right into it, diving in. I already got the lyrics pulled up. Track 3 on the Lobby Boyz. No Love. I think Jim, it's just solely Jim, right? This is a no feature. Doesn't look like it. I just run the more. See who's on it. Yep, just the Lobby. Oh, Jim Jones, Maino, Jermaine. Same people. I think the first one. Yo, so far album's fire as fuck. If you haven't seen my other reactions already, go check those out. We're gonna get into it. No Love. Let's go.
You gotta learn how to paint that picture. Movie shit. Yeah. Forgive me, Lord, I'm a sinner. Forgive me. I break bread with other sinners. Who do you blame when you influenced by the killers? Early 90s, we was gassed off for minutes. Cause I was so old, though. 44 bulldog. Drugs in my pocket, I so.
Alright. Forgive me, Lord, I'm a sinner. I break bread with other sinners. That can be interpreted so many ways. But the way, again, based on the way this album's going, New York City life, he's a blood. He breaks blood with other bloods or breaks blood with other Crips or whatever it is to make sure that everybody is safe. And while they all sin, at the end of the day, they make sure that they're not out there killing each other for no pointless reason. We can appreciate that sometimes. Who do you blame when you influenced by them killers, right? Because growing up, if you ain't have no guidance and all you seen was some dudes making money, looking like they living a good life, hustling, who else? Who's your role model, right? We don't get to pick those, unfortunately, growing up, right? They're just what's shown to us. Early 90s, we was gassed off of Menace because I was old dog, 44 bulldog, the gun, drugs in my pocket. He didn't get into this yet. Drugs in my pocket. I sold crack by my schoolyard. Out the gate, painting that vivid imagery, just nasty with it.
Off for minutes, cause I was so old, dog. 44 bulldog. Drugs in my pocket, I sold crack by my schoolyard. Mama praying hard, but I would break the rules more. Shooting by the corner store, we just made the news, y'all. They said that I would end up in a cell or the cemetery. We was in the field, feeling like it was the military. I done seen a couple soldiers lost, now they dead and buried. Out here it's hot, but it's chilly like it's February. Goddamn. Good nigga with bad habits. Said I leave the club alone, I'm back at it. Running through the industry looking for rap static. God body nigga, I master the mathematics, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, finishing up this grimy ass first verse. Drugs in my pocket, I sold crap in my schoolyard. No breaking down required. Mama praying hard, but I would break the rules more. That's a stereotypical kind of household to grow up in, right? Your mom's praying that you don't do the bad stuff. You go do the bad stuff anyways. Shooting by the corner store. We just made the use, y'all. He's not saying he did it. There was a shooting by the corner store, and they just so happened to make the news. Leave that at that. They say I would end up in a cell or cemetery. They always do. Because, they feel like the shit that we do doesn't yield positive results, which normally it doesn't. You either end up in dead or in jail, right? But the very few that make it, we was in the field feeling like it was the military. I just seen a couple soldiers lost, and now they dead and buried, right? The soldiers basically being the corner boys, the people that run for them, that do the business for them. They are dead or buried, right? The boss man still alive. We was in the field feeling like it was in the military, right? Because at one point they were the soldiers. They just made it. Out here it's hot, but it's chilly like it's February. Right? Basically saying that that they're well known. They're known in the streets. Their information is out there. People know what they look like, right? It's hot. That's what it means to be hot, right? You're bubbling. People know what's going on with you. But it's chilly like it's February, right? Probably because it is February. This man got a whole, I don't want to say mink, but look like it. Good nigga with bad habits. Said I'll leave the club alone and back at it. Running through the industry looking for rap static. God body nigga. I mastered the mathematics. Just straight bars. Don't even worry about it. Let's get into this chorus in verse 2. And then, wow, he's really delivering just 2-verse songs, but they're just fire. All right. Verse 2, chorus, and an outro. Let's get it.
Ain't no love in this life, nigga. Get your money, live your life, nigga.
Love is just an emotion.
What's more, money or your life, nigga?
Get your money, fucker.
Keep your money, take your life, nigga.
Playing with
Ain't no
us.
love in this life, nigga. Get your money, live your life, nigga.
Get your money.
What's more, money or your life, nigga? Keep your money, take your life, nigga.
Separate real love from my love from the streets. Since 13, seen niggas killed in cold blood in the streets. Start moving coke, it's my fridge, it was no grub we could eat. You ever had a speedy trial and had to face the judge for a week, In the early 90s, we was gassed off of juice. In the projects called Taft, we was getting cash over juice. Really though, when Pac was acting, he was running through Harlem. Or I was really clapping while I was gunning through Harlem, which some consider to be the mecca of.
Yeah. Juice. That's a Pac movie scheme. We caught it. I see it. We're not skipping it. We're gonna run back to it. We're just gonna run this back though.
I was really clapping while I was gunning through Harlem, which some consider to be the mecca of fresh, but it was dangerous there. You gotta keep a tech in your fresh. I'm talking back when it was the GS with the legs. You might have caught me in front of the lobby of the Jacks with my sweats, with my pockets bulging while I was counting up pack money. Felt like a millionaire, my first 100 off of crack money. Got no ops, the only ops is opportunities, but you could be an op fucker if you ever stop me from doing me. I'm a
Ain't no love in this life, nigga.
Okay, that was the whole second verse. Yo, that second verse was tough as fuck. Yo, everything in that verse was kind of just like, that shit was poetry. That shit was poetry. Like, I'm reading it and reading it again. That shit was poetry. There was not a single, I don't think there was a single filler for me bar in there. Can't separate real love from my love from the streets, right? That's real. Sometimes your love for the streets is just that great. The streets doesn't always just have to be drugs. It can be the people that's in it, right? Your love for the streets, your soldiers, your men, the people who employ you, the people who you feed, like you can have love for them. You're killing them, but you can have love for them. Since 13, instead of moving, because there was no. So basically, he started selling drugs because there was no food in his fridge, nothing he could eat, right? That's probably a pretty good reason to start trying to make money. If I had a speedy trial and had to face a judge for a week, I mean, I haven't, but that's real. In the early 90s, we was gassed off of Juice, the movie, right? In the early 90s, we was gassed off of Juice. Gas could mean weed. Gas could just mean like high off of something. Juice. In the projects we called Taft, we was getting cash off of Juice. So whatever they was moving. Really, though, when Pac was acting, he was running through Harlem. I was really clapping while I was gunning through Harlem with you. No breakdown required. Some consider it to be the mecca of fresh, but it was dangerous there. You got to keep a tech in your fresh. No breakdown required. I'm talking back when it was GS with the Lex. 97 GS with the Lex. Fire-ass car, by the way. But he's basically telling you back in the 90s, and I think that was just the 90s, where the GS, the Lexus car, that's what the Lex is. GS was popping back then. You might have caught me in front the lobby in the Jacks with my sweats, with my pockets bulging while I was comping the pack of the money. Basically described how he looked and how he dressed and how you could see probably the drugs he had in his pocket / the money that was bulging from the drugs that he maybe had in his pocket. Felt like a millionaire. Basically saying when you first sold drugs, kind of like any business, when you make your first couple hundred, you feel like nobody can stop you, right? You feel unstoppable if you ever own a business and you make that first sale, you're gonna know exactly what he feels like and what he's talking about, because that feeling is just so surreal. It's like it's really happening. Like you really start to feel like you can do it, and then especially when it becomes consistent. Man, that feeling is just so, I don't even know the word for it, but it's just so great. I got no ops. The only ops is opportunities. Congratulations. But you could be an op fucker if you ever stop me from doing me. Basically saying exactly that. You get in his way from making his money, from feeding his family, putting food on his table. You don't ever want to go back to being poor. You'll end up dead before he ends up poor, is what he's telling you. Let's finish up this chorus and this outro. This song was fucking stupid hard.
Pockets bulging while I was counting up pack money. Felt like a millionaire, my first 100 off of crack money. Got no ops, the only ops is opportunities. But you could be an op fucker if you ever stop me from doing me.
Ain't no love in this life, nigga. Get your money, live your life, nigga.
You listening to us?
What's more, money or your life, nigga?
More important, fucker.
Keep your money, take your life, nigga.
Huh?
Ain't no love in this life, nigga.
Hear me clearly.
Get your money, live your life, nigga.
You know how to follow.
What's more, money or your life, nigga?
I know the game ain't
Keep your money, take your life, nigga.
It really ain't no love out here, you heard? Get your money, stay low, don't do what them fuckheads do, you heard? Don't get caught up in the blender and spin, nigga. Cause that's all we gonna do is spin, nigga, till we dizzy, nigga. You heard? Lobby shit, Eastside shit, Brooklyn across the bridge, nigga. You heard? I still got them, on chalk your body, you heard? Matrix, where you at?
That Gerd gave me real DMX vibes. And it seems like that's the end of the song, because that's where the outro ends. To get into the chorus just a little bit, basically, what's worth more, your life or the money? Well, he tells you, if you keep your money, he's taking your life. So if you pretty much pick money over your life, he's taking your life. And if you pick your life, at least you have the opportunity to make more money in the future. See how that works? See how he's teaching you a life lesson? Those are the hard life lessons that got to get beat into you, right? You may have that $100,000, but that $100,000 ain't going to be much if you die. Who going to use it? Right? If you really think about it as a drug dealer, you can't use some of that. A lot of the money, unless you clean it, which is, again, not the easiest thing to do, you can't use it. So if somebody comes in and steals your money or is threatening to take all your money, what's worth more? The money that you can't use, that your family can't use, that nobody can use after you're gone? Or your life, where you can go and make that money back? You just have to work harder, right? That's pretty much what he's saying. But he's also saying that if you pick your money, you're choosing to lose your life. I'm just saying. He's not saying who's gonna do it, but I'm just saying. Yo, Jim Jones, 3 for 3, no miss yet. Next song is called "Praying." Yo. This is, at this rate, this album is just touching my soul, bro. It's just like living in there, and I am so happy. Like, this is just so much well needed, like, just verse after verse. Just sonically, these songs so far have just been, yo, shout out to Jim Jones, man. You doing your thing out here still. I think he's like, what, 45 still murdering the game. Again, another act just never talked about, never really put up with any of the legends of hip hop. But he should, man. He's definitely earned a spot if you can't tell already. Let's get into this next song, "Praying." If you guys like this video, my socials are in the description. Leave a like, follow, subscribe, comment, do whatever you gotta do. Show love to the original video, please. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.